street. Do you hear it? That low hum beneath the chaos of the everyday world. It's not a sound exactly, more like a frequency. One that some say can only be felt by those attuned to the undercurrents of history, fate, and something far older than civilization itself. Right now, as you watch this, something is stirring. An invisible hand turning the great gears of destiny. The ancients called it the Great Shift, a transformation not just of lands and leaders, but of the very nature of reality. Prophets saw it, seers dreamt of it, and now it's here. Welcome to Future Echoes. Before you lose yourself in the strange and chilling truths we're about to uncover, remember to like this video, share it with someone who's beginning to ask the big questions, and subscribe if you're ready to see the world as you've never seen it before. Consider becoming a member to support deeper dives into forbidden knowledge. And most importantly, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you see coming. Throughout history, certain voices have echoed louder than others. Not because they shouted, but because they whispered truths that bent the fabric of time. From the cryptic quatrains of Nostradamus to the trance-induced visions of Edgar Cayce, from the calm foresight of Baba Vanga to the encoded mythologies of indigenous peoples across the globe, the message has always been the same. The world as we know it is not permanent. It is a dream within a dream, fragile, layered, and destined to awaken. As we move through 2025, the signs are no longer abstract metaphors buried in obscure texts. They are earthquakes splitting ancient lands, fires swallowing forests in hours, seas rising with fury, civilizations teetering on the edge of collapse. Yet amidst this unraveling, there is a pattern. Certain places, almost as if protected by unseen forces, remain untouched. This episode explores those places, the countries that, according to prophecy, will be safe in 2025 and beyond. But let's be clear, safety doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean zero conflict or no hardship. It means these lands may serve as oases energetically, spiritually, and ecologically during the chaos of the shift. They may become gathering points for the awakened sanctuaries, strongholds for a new consciousness. And so we begin not with a prediction, but with a map. Not a map made of roads and borders, but of frequencies, energies, and ancestral memory. Let's begin. Far from the centers of modern power, down under in the southern hemisphere lies New Zealand. Nestled in the vast Pacific, this nation has long held a mythic aura. Isolated, self-sustaining, geologically young yet ancient in spirit, many believe New Zealand will become a spiritual ark. Baba Vanga reportedly spoke of a green land far from the fires where those who remember will gather. Its volcanic soil supports rich agriculture, its mountainous spine offers natural fortresses, and its distance from global power struggles makes it a natural refuge. Some even believe that ley lines, those theoretical currents of Earth energy, intersect deep beneath the South Island, making it a vibrational beacon. Not far north, Iceland rises like a dream out of the North Atlantic fog. With its geothermal power, freshwater abundance, and social harmony, it often escapes headlines, perhaps intentionally. In many esoteric circles, Iceland is believed to sit upon a convergence point of planetary energies, a place where the veil is thin, where Earth speaks literally through its volcanic vents and geysers. Edgar Cayce, while speaking in vague terms, hinted at northern lands becoming critical after the poles shift and the climate redraws the world. And if sea levels rise, Iceland, rugged, elevated, and self-reliant, stands as a quiet survivor. Move across the Atlantic to South America, and you'll find Uruguay, small, often overlooked, and yet deeply significant in many modern prophetic frameworks. Spiritual researchers and off-the-grid futurists often name Uruguay as a potential zone of peace. It's not just its low population or agricultural promise, it's the vibration of the land itself, calm, grounded, and strangely resistant to political extremism and environmental chaos. While Argentina and Brazil wrestle with intense karmic cycles visible in their economic turbulence and ecological imbalances, Uruguay remains steady. Some even call it the hidden garden of South America, a place where, according to Nostradamus interpreters, humanity might seed a new way of life after the storm. Travel now to the Himalayas. Bhutan, often overshadowed by its massive neighbors, holds secrets far beyond its visible simplicity. With gross national happiness as its guiding principle, Bhutan functions less like a modern nation-state and more like a living monastery. Ancient Tibetan prophecies speak of a valley that will remain untouched as the world spirals into chaos. While its terrain makes it hard to access, that isolation is also its shield. Prophets have described a kingdom hidden in the clouds where the dragon still guards the heart of the world. For many spiritual pilgrims, that dragon is Bhutan. In the global north, Canada presents a paradox. While parts of it may suffer under climate shifts and internal fractures, the northern territories and inland provinces are increasingly seen as zones of refuge. Cayce spoke cryptically of lands in the north blooming where once there was snow. This has been interpreted to mean that as the earth warms, vast northern spaces, once considered inhospitable, will become not just habitable, but vital. Add to that Canada's freshwater reserves and immense landmass, and you see the picture emerge. A place of expansion, not just physically, but spiritually. A new frontier for those seeking to build something wiser from the ruins of the old. Now we move into the heart of Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Lands long associated with mystery, myth, and resilience. The Norse myths speak of Ragnarok, yes, but also of rebirth, a new world rising from the ashes of the old. These countries are rich in water, forests, and communal integrity. More importantly, they have cultural memories of enduring through darkness, literal and figurative. In several European prophetic traditions, the lands of the midnight sun are spoken of as the last to fall and the first to rise. And in some modern intuitive visions, Sweden in particular is seen as a place where a new kind of spiritual science will be born, melding intuition and technology, ancient symbols and future blueprints. But what of the rest of the world? What do the prophecies say of the United States, China, India, and Europe? The messages here are more complex, more symbolic. America, in the prophecies of Cayce and others, is not doomed, but is being tested. It is said to stand at a crossroads where choices made by its people, not its leaders, will determine its fate. Some visions speak of the West Coast breaking away, of Great Lakes forming where plains once lay, and of spiritual awakenings rising from unlikely places. China is often seen not through destruction, but through transformation. The dragon that sleeps and awakens. Some prophetic interpretations suggest China may emerge as a spiritual leader, but only after a great internal collapse and rebirth. The same is said for India, a land already saturated with ancient wisdom, but caught in the industrial storm. Its future, some say, hinges on whether it can remember its soul before it drowns in its shadow. And then there are places not tied to any modern nation. The Andes, the Alps, the Australian interior, high places, remote sanctuaries, sacred valleys, and desert strongholds. In nearly every prophecy, there is mention of these places not as countries, but as sanctified zones, gateways, portals where the old earth and the new earth touch. So we ask you now, where do you feel drawn? Have you experienced the pull of a land not your own? Have you felt a place called to you, not with logic, but with longing? Tell us in the comments. Your intuition may be your prophecy, because the great shift is not about running from doom. It's about moving toward alignment, toward becoming who and what we were always meant to be. The countries that remain safe will not simply survive because of walls or weapons, but because of vibration, intention, and the consciousness of those who inhabit them. And as we move forward, remember, prophecy is not fixed. It is a weather pattern of the soul. It shifts as we do. We are not just passengers on this earth, we are co-authors. What we choose to build, protect, and embody today will echo into the timelines of tomorrow. So, choose wisely. And if this video stirred something deep within you, if it opened a door, even just a crack, then like it, share it, and subscribe to future echoes. Consider joining as a member to support even deeper explorations. And if you feel moved, consider leaving a super thanks. It helps keep this light burning in darkening times. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and remember, not all who wander are lost.